People really in this country have me very much terrorized and enslaved. I'm going to hurt those you love. And I'm going to take your life because you've taken mine. You've left me no results. I have begged for my life all over film. Not only have I not gotten any reprieve and I've not done a damn thing but be disabled, I have to sit and watch people live their lives, do basic stuff, and I can't do a damn thing, and I did not one thing. And you get to watch your children and shit go to school. You do have to take them to schools, you know. I have explicitly begged every part of the United States government to help get me into functional normalcy as what you aspect is your constitution. This is the most slave-ridden country imaginable. It's a disgrace to anything that even aspects of democracy. Every last institution of intelligence is an embarrassment upon the world stage. No wonder why the superpowers that will come with BRICS and or any aspect of the Chinese and Asian governments will supersede this country. I have asked to get this slavery out of my life. And if anybody's that's asking, what's this man talking about? Look at the other lives, look at the other videos, look at the names about whom, quote unquote, they are. The past roommates, past family members, and past people that are in these media entities that have used Hurricane Harvey as an extortionist playground and other disastrous events from those that came over to this day from Hurricane Katrina, and they are still using direct energy weapons and other electronic warfare against civilians. I was starved again today, taken of all my bank aspects, taken of all the credit that I do have, taken of over $70,000, and continued right now. There are suppressions going on, and the only I gave the police department my address. It's been aspected so that they can know what is going on as a daily dialogue of the tragedy hell that my life has become since being a victim of literal aggravated stalking, assault, extortion, exploitation, continuous trafficking of humans. This country will fail, and I'm here to see it to the end. It deserves every part of failure. This is the whore of Babylon. I'm not coming on worth anything. This country is a failure. It has me enslaved. I have begged for over 8 years, and the most egregious nature of begging has occurred over the last 6 months. If anybody's talking about, come on, man, then you followed what the hell that I'm going through. I will not suck this country's dick the way that you do, and then go home and fuck your wives, and then they come back with STDs and your children do too. You're okay with sucking the country's dick. I'm not a homosexual. I'm not okay with sucking this country's dick. This country could suck my dick. I want out of this place. I don't give a fuck. According to its constitution, I have the freedom of speech, which it relegates to literally squash at all given turns. I've been enslaved and aspected into concentration camps, as I've aspected of a previous video of which you will see, and I'm never going to be the fuck okay. This country is a disgrace. When terror hits it and a terroristic attack occurs, it will very much be deserved, because it's very obvious you don't take care of your own people. So why in the hell would anybody else take and respect any reasonable assistance, especially the Islam nations that already think that this is a literal Sodom and Gomorrah? It's a hell's den, and I'm prima facie evidentiary, truthful demonstration that this is I am in an urban holocaust. Every part of the government has been put on notice over the last 8 years, and specifically aspecting my right to access and traverse public aspectual insistences. It has not stopped, and it's not. I can't work. No one will hire me. I can't even feed myself. Every part about aspecting money, it's taken away. something very much seems very reminiscent of the 1940s and literal Nazi Germany in the United States. And then they put this fake ass news on that they are going around. Hell, how in the fuck you gave our money? Because it's the working class. We get taxed, not anybody else. To fucking people in Venezuela whom you were just blowing the fuck up. Yet they've taken $70,000 of my money. These are this organized criminal network that has integrated persons acting in concert with anonymity within corporate structures. It's racketeering. The country you don't even know your own goddamn laws. How in the fuck you gonna go anywhere else and tell them about what they're gonna do with your laws? Well, it's about how you're trading and traversing, as long as it has to do with incorporating with your big business. And I don't give a fuck about your big business. What I give a fuck, if you have so much motherfucking money, you should be fucking leaving me alone and aspecting when I say that, because of the bit of my tax dollars, and then what is aspected in the last 5 years, $70,000. I want stop taking my motherfucking money. I want my fucking tax money back. Give it to me in a motherfucking aspect of a passport, and give me an underground freedom train out of this motherfucker. I would never want to stay somewhere and literally be enslaved. They tied my hands. They've taken all my bank accounts. They've taken all my money. That I can't leave. While people are asking, why don't you just leave? Do something about it and be grown. I'm trapped. You understand what I'm saying? This is called, it's a form of false imprisonment, confinement. Every part of a state's courts have been put on notice. I've represented pro se my damn self. Aspectual financial injury has overly occurred. What has happened to the psychology of my mind can never be mended. Ever. And everyone seems to go along with aspecting this literal flow with this aspectual government as if it's okay. I see some of your posts with the same shit, and it gives me PTSD to my heart. You're sitting around starving. You're sitting around not bathing. You're sitting around, they put white men on the streets. You know, if they put somebody down white and they told, oh, I slept outside, and all of a sudden they disappear, and they go, now I don't give a, you're not going to bribe me. What I love about myself is you can't easily bribe me. If someone enslaves your ass and puts you out on some concrete and literally what in the hell makes you think that they're not trying to see who's the most circle jerk of all, and that they can continue to aspect any form of coercion at any fucking point? A house is not a house. A room is not a fucking room. These people are rigging your shit with invasive visual recording so they can literally record you in your intimacy aspect at any reprieve of anything that you signed, that we can have a replication, any aspect of likeness of yourself, and you're retarded motherfuckers signing these adhesionary contracts that are so unconscionable, and you go along with them just because you're under duress. No, you're not under duress. You bought into slavery. You celebrated it. You went and laid the fuck outside on the concrete, and now everybody has a gang of prostitutes that they get to choose from and sleep with, and now you're taking up for media companies that have extorted the shit out of you, made fake news because they don't do anything but look at fucking traffic jams and literally purport people that sit around and eat fucking cupcakes and literally eat donuts all the fucking day. Not all of them, obviously, but I'm tired of kissing everybody's ass. This is a fucking failure. No wonder Sigmund Freud aspects it that the United States is a big mistake. I see why. They're putting chemicals in the water that are turning the freaking frogs gay. I guess that means that everybody else that's been in this organized enterprise that I've named, because all them motherfuckers are gay. Everybody's transitioning into a bitch. Noted, I said that they're transitioning into a bitch, not a woman. There are so many homosexual men in this damn city, and I don't give a fuck about you being homosexual. Because whatever you want to do, that is your fucking business. Because whatever the fuck I want to do, I'm going to fucking do it, because nobody's going to whoop my ass. But when you wear your sexuality on your sleeve and you're bribing grown ass men, and the first thing that comes to these grown men's minds is sucking dick, and they instead of doing their job, that's the gayest aspect of gay to me. So you're right. Jesus first, they are putting chemicals in the water that are turning these frogs gay. They're turning them into frogs, and they are the pigs of sexuality. I've never seen so many people clock into work to prostitute. They clock into a government job to prostitute. And we're saving up money. We're saving your money. I don't need you to save my money. The damn economy is already inflating. I need to get it in a goddamn high yield savings account and make sure it works for myself so I can get the fuck out with a passport. Again, they're going to try to send this video to prospective employers because it's another form, I bet you. And this is coercion. It's also organized criminal activity. It's also enjoining yourself as party and then several and joint liability. Nobody knows the laws anymore in this damn country, and yet all this pomp and circumstance and these bullshit ass ceremonies that y'all put on TV as governance. I don't know what the fuck that shit is, because I'm looking around, as I've stated, I walk on top of people literally in the morning that have just given up. We understand normal homeless people. These are not normal homeless people. These are people and white men and things that these people have put on the streets. They're walking around barefoot. They're walking around literally rolling in fields, and then they don't even put them in jail anymore. They just float the fuck around. And they hire every gang member. There's no such thing as a black gang anymore. Some of them suck so much dick. I think that their pants have gotten so tight they forgot what an aspect. The gangs of the 90s are a long thing gone. Maybe that's why the cartel is running the world. So quote unquote, maybe so. I would love to go to Mexico City. At least it would seem like you could have normalcy of nutrition, and I wouldn't be driven into a manic, depressive state of being, because the other zombie ass motherfuckers have given in to circle jerking and sucking bribed, commercial bribery aspects of dicks. And then you have wives at home, and then you have children that you've never read a bedtime story to. They don't even know the aspectual cadences of your speech pattern so that they can speak correct English when they go to school and literally hang around your children and literally enact the same, that what you are, what you eat, you are the company you keep. And you're in the classroom with these children for 9 months that they have left the homes of terrorists and black extremist groups. They go back home with your children after but you decided, I want to take my child to a white school or something else, and now you are literally polluting those people's school with this weird ass ideology. Now their goddamn child or daughter comes back home with some bullshit that you've never ever taught at your house. You don't speak about it. You don't act like that. But the people at this person's house does. This child that lives with black extremist groups. It's really racist, and it's really fun. I keep saying that it's fake news. It's literally fake news. These people have literally taken all of the Mexican. I knew that was some lies. You can't. How the fuck are you arresting? And I said this in the previous video. Thousands of Hispanics. I mean, they had thousands. AI is a motherfucker. It's the biggest scam of all. Fraudulent, a distortion of the perception of reality. It's completely distorted and defamatory. You didn't arrest that many goddamn Mexicans. You can't even you are scared of black extremist groups. You're scared of black people in this damn country, and that is the government. You cannot tell. Half of them are out. They don't eat. I see what the fuck they eat. They don't eat right enough to have anything that's mitochondrial connection in their goddamn brain. Therefore, it's not dictating to everywhere else in their body to move, run, and look both ways. Who the fuck are you kidding? They're not doing that shit, but they're paying bribes for motherfuckers to take care. Are you paying the cartel to look out for y'all? Because that's the fuck I think you gave $150 million to Venezuela for. They're putting chemicals in the water. They need to put electrolytes in that motherfucker so these hoes could use their brain to think instead of using their head to suck dick. I'm tired of being enslaved in this motherfucking country. And they can put in all the suppression codes, TPC injections, and trace hopping diversions to mirror accounts so that it goes to everybody within your network so that you can control the narrative and paint me as something that's erratic and chaotic. No, my visual diary is consistent, and it is literally trajectory aspectual stories that align with the aspectual harassment, terroristic threats, and aggravated stalking that persons have purposely expected across state lines to do towards myself to annoy, alarm, vex, embarrass, torment. Again, they don't know the laws inside of their state, let alone their country's government anymore. It's a fucking laughable affair. Every time I see all these disasters happening around the world, I'm like, how the fuck is it? must be some bullshit again, because I'm not sure why. How are these motherfuckers bullying the rest of the world and nothing has happened on this soil ever? That wasn't done by some of you. Can we have can the real Slim Shady please stand the fuck up and do something? These hoes need to listen. If I gotta suffer, everybody has to suffer. I'm tired. I've kissed enough encyclopedia ass for enough fucking time, the duration of 3 years of learning this bullshit, just so I can understand why and massage my mind to literally aspect some sort of functioning continued connectivity of my goddamn mitochondrial processes to literally continue to think things through. Aspect a reasoning that a normal functioning adult does, instead of becoming stagnant and stuck and literally woe is me, just like the goddamn economy, and inflate and cause cerebral swelling for an accumulation of cortisol, aspectual glutamate, and literally insisting upon this neurotoxin that is our society. It's embarrassing. Sophic Bold B. Hello. Can you play Crazy Story by King Von? I want to play a goddamn engine leaving this country. That's what the fuck I want to play. Now, how about we play King Von in the damn stereo on the way out this motherfucker? Like, these people were not, and I'm aspecting this as evidentiary claim. I have every aspect of snapshots. I have everything of videos. I cannot find work. They're not being given work. I'm being ran around. I don't understand what the fuck I get up every day for and continue to try if it's already communicated through through cyber stalking and other aspects to not help this man, not give me the same. Don't you know that you can be aspected to go with claims to the EEOC and TWC from what I'm learning for discriminatory practices, especially when you've given them to less qualified people and that have questionable aspects of their life. See, that should be their personal privacy. You know, some privacy toys, but invasive visual recording, invasive audio in this state where you have to be party to a conversation to record any audio, and that's out the window. There are all sort of wiretapping laws being violated. It never stops. That everything that has been, it's lawless. Hi Europe. I know it's hot over there, but at least y'all have human rights. At least y'all are dignified, and your speech suggests so as well. Hi England. Hi UK. I am not okay in this motherfucker. A lot of Americans wish to go back to the mother country. These overall wearing, bacon eating, barefoot, hay trotting motherfuckers are literally causing us to be enslaved in this animal farm. This big country cotton picking ass in mentally unstable yield, and not even worth the investment of aspects or its proxy. America. This is a joke. And then they have me flat as a grown-ass man, broke. Teenagers have more money than I do. Harassment. That's a form of defamation per se. And it literally has aspect of where I cannot make money because they continue to hold it amongst criminals. Hi, Cartel. I heard from AI keeps producing a lot of fake news. It's like you have 4 trillion. Can y'all make an island of your own? Can you offer? I see some of you other countries. I've seen you China. I've seen a lot of y'all are making a lot of aspectual places because they feel sorry for us that are stuck in this fishbowl and being enslaved. without any repose to the normalcy of a functioning adult mentality. Mentally gravely disabled, and this state is the 1350 hold police officers. Everybody would be in a goddamn psychiatric institution. White House, the Stafford Act. You need to reinstitutionalize half of these people. It's not normal persons that are of the civilians. It's persons that are within. It's probably your coworker. And no one can still find them at break because they're prostituting in the restrooms, talking about they're saving up money for myself. And then it keeps disappearing and you're at a hotel with $30,000. That was the first foothold. They've taken $70,000 of my money. I want it. So when you're asking, oh yeah, it's cotton picking, Jacqueline. That they are. They're too obsessed with their identity, brainwashed beyond belief. It's embarrassing. They are sitting up here brainwashed and allowing themselves, I've been, and allowing people to starve them as grown people. Every part of the globe, especially the United States, throws away so much food. They've taken food allocations away from citizens that have paid in per the working class in their tax aspects, and they go to these different places using their personal identifying information such as name, social security number, or they're trying to garner this outside of an I-90 that is necessary for a job, and anything else it is aspected as information harvesting or some sort of electronic extortion. People, they're letting these people be hungry and eat the way that dogs eat, pouring ravioli over chicken noodles. I'm sorry, ravioli over chicken nuggets. This is what has been happening. I've never eaten like this in my life. I don't fucking eat ravioli. Every part of money has been taken away from me and I'm being made to be starved. Using nutrition as a weapon against myself and others, as breaking your B complex vitamin insistences, taking away B12, cobalamin inside of your brain so that you cannot have aspect to the cerebral or the spinal fluid that aspects this dispersion into your brainstem that enacts any sort of recollective aspect of mental functioning. Eating the most refined and dead of foods, using food as a weapon against you as a slow execution, causing insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, so that these persons can then get something in what? And the hospital paid, because that's where everyone's going. But we know I've been thrown out of hospitals in the middle of the night, stabbed in the arm by people who did not pass phlebotomy 101 that the first time. These people have jobs. Hi China, I cannot wait for robots to take the fuck over, and I can't wait for a liaison of some type of diplomatic insistence. Why are we not a part of the Rome Statute anymore to have any insistence of international law be a privy here? I understand what happened during the aspectual Afghanistan type of deals in 2001, President Bush, and you were trying to protect the country. We need that shit here. Now, again, there's no war, and even if there is, these motherfuckers don't need to be protected as far as a draft. The United States is horribly failing its duty to its own people, and it's embarrassing. Hi, Tumu, Jinbat Bay, Bitbay. Sophic Bold, you're black. Maybe you shouldn't say that. A lot of the black people here are a part of extremist groups. It's a bit embarrassing. You wouldn't want to get yourself a distortion of reality. Everything's being used against you here as far as blackmail, extortion in this state for your prospective employers, as if every privacy tort violation. This country's broken, and I'm again demonstrating the prima facie evidence of complete lawlessness. What happened to the Republican Party? They're supposed to we want to get rid of crime. I'm like, it's gone worse since you guys have been in office. So I guess y'all are doing foreign policy, and the entirety of domestic policy is where? Prostituting in the restrooms and using PTO so that they can work 2 weeks out of a month. but yet you have other aspectual able-bodied persons that they've taken off of states' food aspects, and food gets thrown away or has to be thrown into landfills, especially if it's full of plastic or unrecognizable ingredients that poisons the soil. At least during a time of war or high social economic instability, you would feed the people joy, the ones that you develop aspectual from around the world, so that as to keep them calm and not be an upsurgence. You want chaos, and you want chaos frenzy. That is called terrorism. One of the four forms: producing chaos frenzy, inciting the public. That shit, it's a misdemeanor. It's insurrection. Stafford Act. None governance here. Nothing is going to happen of that matter, because, and I hate to say it again, you have people in professional clothes. Just because you are in professional clothes does not mean that you are not exposed to giving blowjobs in the restrooms and professional buildings on your lunch breaks that last 5 hours out of an 8-hour day. Yeah, you have people like me begging for an insistence just to eat a meal that has trace minerals inside of it instead of the deadest of foods, so that you can worsen people's vision. You can literally make them so clouded. R.99 type of unknown medical diagnosis, insisting, no, it's known. It's called reckless endangerment by aspecting food as a weapon with chemical assault by ingredients you cannot pronounce, and yet you're giving them and creating insulin resistance of everything that is aspected as refined sugar, maltodextrin, and all this other stuff. Things that I've had to understand, to relegate, to read myself, to understand what the hell, not to kill myself as early as possible. And you people that you have a duty to care in this country, and you continue to do it with great. Didn't have the nerve to have dignity about it. They're walking around here giving everybody fucking seizures and everything else. People with traumatic brain injuries that aspect glucose spike, which insist upon stroke maneuvers and rupturing of aspectual hardening of your arteries and leaking sepsis and poison all around your body, just like they do all across the oceans, landfills that they keep infecting with their dogmatic reproach to civilization, quote unquote modern. I hate that damn word in this landscape. Again, I'm not un-American, like many people here, and then my family's generations have been indigenous, have been here for multi generations, even before the Queen Mother and everybody else landed in Jamestown. By this point, we all need to be speaking the Queen's English again. Because this is some bullshit. It's unrefined. You've long ago taken away and diluted the fields of our indigenous persons. Aspecting the most horrendous gatekeeping. You want to know what I ate today? I ate something that you would feed a ghetto child that was on welfare, on a literal aspect of the most toxic hold containment, black plastics, it's recycled electronics and flame retardant, especially when you heat it and leach. So much plastic as I've been consuming the last 3 months, and it's not the facility's fault. This is going on in every facility in the city. It's organized criminal activity through incorporating itself with anonymity within corporate structures. As constable, you can garner off of the cell towers to insist upon a tower dump to aspect what device IDs, MAC IDs, and everything that can be kept per the FCC instances of any type of phone carrier to aspect whom was in the area, who's on the street, to put them at the scene. Then you can aspect the part as a part of normal investigations, any first or secondary or primary fingerprints that is only likened to each individual in the entire world as aspected To insist upon Interpol should they try to run to an airport to try to get away. And you need to aspect the type of federal warrant against that, and or any insistence of traveling on interstate commerce, which then puts them at the aspect of license plate readers, of which then you would be able to detail why they were at my front door, touching on my objects and literally intruding upon seclusion and aspecting theft of my tangibles to use for the aspect of personal gain and or to sift through and aspect personal identifying information, or to have aspectual IP infringing aspects of information that has been garnered out of a fixed medium such as a laptop or a phone that has information written down as a tangible aspect in the civil tort, so that they can get an edge up on myself, so they can use this knowledge through web browser stalking, aspectual, same statute as stalking, to then aspect to kill me with food and everyone else. Retarded, redundant, reckless, outrageous, egregious. I'm not un-American, I'm smart. I'm not feminine, I am aspecting. Confrontation. That confrontation is an objective adult quality. It's a masculine quality. It's what you do. It's a part of appropriate reasoning, appropriate logic. You know, the course. Logical. In the common sense maneuver would mean that you're at home reading a story to your children. No, you're feeding them stolen food. I guess I should stand out on the medians in the street and hold up signs and say, "Please hire me." Stop listening to rogue electrons within media companies that don't have a goddamn thing to do. They're sitting on their ass, creating chaos, frenzy. Again, this is terrorism. Hi, Baltimore, Maryland. You, the guy that has the task force up there, you have to leave the regular enforcement department. They don't just call them thugs or criminals, right? It's called terrorism. Domestic terrorism, right? But because they're not trying to overthrow the government. They're putting down the policies of the United States with force and assault and everything else. Of the state and federally, and then they induce aspectual. This is called espionage, like what you would do overseas. Someone comes over here and tries to aspect as a spy. These hoes do it directly on the soil, and they inundate, because sexuality is everybody's weakness in America, with this puritanical closeted aspect of doing everything in the dark since Jamestown, and now you can't get off unless it's doing something secret, and the more you gotta hide something, the more perverse that it gets, or literally deviant away from normal standard course of insisting, instead of enacting it and having a normal functional sway of sexuality like most other countries, Latin, African, French, everyone else, and they don't become perverted. We do, and now you have everybody changing it to, you have frogs changing into women or that were male. That is a normal part of survival, but I guess the American culture is trying to survive, and that's why everybody's turning into a frog, woman, insulin, estrogen dominant, from insulin resistant, and they're creating that. This is one big mistake. Sigmund Freud, the world of experiments. Like, we're all high Germans. They literally captured Jew people and literally extorted Jews from Nazi Germany. The United States is about number 20 or so on the Wechsler's intelligence quotient aspects, or further down than that. Well, amongst other aspects of the nation. So we literally aspect our PhDs and other aspectual doctorates and other insistences from all the way across the world. And it's, you know what thing that I've aspected to notice? Everyone that comes over here that's aspected, even if they do insistences of investment or they're here on diplomatic research, they go back to where the hell they came from. I'm not going to stop until I'm stopped from this enslavement. that has been induced upon me by the government. You cannot say that you've not been put on notice. There are over 200 videos I've aspected over the last 8 years. Much insistence of regard before the electronic data tampering, before the trace hopping, before the witness tampering, before the complete obstruction. Hold up, you know it. I mean, oh, okay, I didn't get a taking of silverware. People were coming into my own place of habitability, taking food, living. I don't know what taking food, taking my clothes, taking socks, taking things that have to do with people. Mostly women would understand this too. Persons that were being trafficked. But you have me fucked up, and these people have jobs too. Like these people had jobs. How in the hell you have a job and you still are you're letting the corporation whore you out to the point where you need to wear my size 31 jeans. A size 31. You can try to make me eat the motherfucking cake, but that doesn't mean it's going to lay on me viscerally. Like, you got me all the way confused and twisted, just like your sexuality. And it's from the donuts that sit inside of both ends of where you have holes, men. Amen. It should be one God, but you're trotting around in the forest, dancing naked around things that you think look gold. Bing! Like, that's not a golden dome, sir. Trump. Like, do you see what the hell is going on? Obviously, I mean, you have Secret Service. They have multi-screens. Like, it. Smoke and mirrors. I'm tired of playing Houdini with my health. I'm tired of playing Where's Waldo with my money. And I'm tired of people that are not aspected into intelligence communities. They're not even Secret Service, but they know how to I will tell you, these people, the vagrants, these organized criminal aspectual assistants, they are very organized. They know how to take loads of money. Slap in the face I've learned the loss OS to make sure, because I was, healing my body, cancer surviving, couldn't walk, couldn't really see. Like, it's still a progressive, everyday journey. Some days are better than not, and I don't have the ability to sit and be trite, be trifling, be lazy. When I'm tired, it's because I'm worn the hell out. Look at my eyes. I'm worn the fuck out. Like a lot of you out there, of the childish enactments that cannot propel anything worth governance. And it's so depressing. And that's because we're all dehydrated from our food being thrown into landfills and not being able to be given to us during a time of social upheaval and insurrection, purposely created with that's malicious intent to the most egregious and outrageous aspects. And we can't even be aspected to anything that is an international court. Other countries, most of the aspects of Great Britannica can, and its colonialized aspects, so as to have literal accountability, so that one aspect is not seen as too sovereign, and then they get choked up and bribed by its own internal mechanisms, and then aspect systemic failure. when you go home tonight, because you get to be in your nice home, your nice apartment, and you get to eat trace minerals and real meat products, organic even, and you still go and look past your children because you are so corrupt, you only need them as a tax viability. I hope you enjoy your freedom. And then these persons are going to have the nerves, the gall to aspect July 4th and talk about freedom eat barbecue, and I hope the cancer spreads all over you with acrylamide. They're going to put it on high heat, aspecting the most instances of tar and everything on side of what accompanies barbecue, and because we're America, we're number 20 on the Welshler's intelligence aspect that, generalizes something about the world's intelligence and systems, but I'm thinking I believe it. Look at what's going on. You have reasonable minded persons like myself that are qualified for aspects that are having to watch criminals, and but criminals, let me make this clear. I definitely need to give you a handshake. You are the governance of this country. This country has failed. I'm not sure, and it's not a matter of it being a game anymore. I'm very much under the impression that this is a serious losing of your marbles. They stated America, it's all mental, it's mental stability, mental instability. It's all about mental health. I'm like, I want to go somewhere where there are trace minerals in the soil that aspects connectivity of persons' mitochondrial processes within their circuitry of brain synapses, so as to not continue to incur human slavery. And then we just walk on top of the bodies, because I'm walking on top of bodies. They stab them in hospitals, they throw them out, and information harvest, and now you're onto them. This is like livestock show and rodeo. Domestic policy, White House. In this state, not just California, not just Minnesota, not just. If that were real, California got tired of shit. They burnt that motherfucker down. They said they burnt. You said it was really probably caused by organized criminal activity. I said they lead the way, but it's also Hollywood. There was that true. I would understand the insistence of people becoming tired. The whore of Babylon. You know, that political insistence that you people have that go to those churches and you read about that's called in the Bible, these political stances. Pharaoh, then Caesar, then it. Where in the, no wonder the damn Statue of Liberty fell in the goddamn movie. Like it. Stop lying. Stop taking people's jobs. Prostitute on your own accord and not coerce people that it's not their own idea to do so. Take our money, my $70,000 and counting, and telling me that you're helping me save it as a grown ass man. Those that are on the badge swipes, the logs of these places that they integrate and aspect through cyber stalking to go and be installed in the same places that I would be proposed to work or otherwise, and use your or wait for me to fill out the aspects of information so that you can work under my name, so that you can evade the law in this type of way, and get away with it. The law. Oh, Aristotle, like the law, where nowhere to be found. Houdini, he made it disappear. He made it disappear in the United States. And then when there's something else going on in somebody else's country, all of a sudden the United States knows how to show the fuck up out of nowhere. Like, where the fuck have y'all been at? Like, here. Oh, in the restrooms, sucking dick, spending my goddamn tax dollars. And now we can't get fucking food with our damn tax money. Well, oh, Romans, friends and countrymen, what kind of shit is that? That is not the template aspect of what democracy was built. It's not a democracy. It's was it socialist or something? They take away everybody's ability to bear arms. No, everybody that I meet, they getting all the guns taken. Or they make them so mentally unstable so they're not bearing arms. You're having to wait. So it's communism, right? But that's like at least Korea. Hey, Korea, like they function. They're not lying. Yeah, we got all kinds of long range acoustical devices. Posting activity. Then you're sending these crazy people that have been, or that you made crazy, that went to get, I guess, installed into what you call as working with I don't know whose government it is supposed to be. I'm bored.